Welcome back, Sports Nation and my champions. And today we're going to be talking about wide receivers that could potentially crack the top 12 for you this year in 2021, specifically 2 targets in the PPR scoring and 2 in standard. This is going to be very similar to the running back 1 target video I did before. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link at the end of this video. Now let's get to it. And we're going to start on the PPR side. The first player I want to talk about is Keenan Allen of the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, Keenan finished as wide receiver 13 last year, and he's basically been a big security blanket for this organization ever since the 2017 season. He's had 4 seasons of 136 targets plus. This goes back all the way to Phillip Rivers days. And now with Justin Herbert, the Rookie of the Year, he really leaned on him. He had 138 targets, which was 6th in the league. Ended up with 100 receptions. That's tied for 5th in the league last year. And he ended up with 992 yards and 8 touchdowns. Now, Justin Herbert and the whole team has a new regime. They did fire Anthony Lynn. We talked about that in a previous video. And now I'm very optimistic for Justin Herbert getting a better hold of this offense in year 2, as well as incorporating Keenan Allen, his security blanket. Now, the only thing I can really be concerned about with Keenan is his yards per carry average. Now, it started as 13.7 in the 2017 season, and it has steadily been declining to a point where it was at 9.9 last year. Now, you could make the excuse that, Phillip Rivers was declining and, Justin Herbert was a rookie. That's possible. There could be some decline in his game as well, being 29 years old, coming into his 8th season. As far as my projections go, I have him as high as a wide receiver 7, and the floor being about wide receiver 15. Now, if you look here as far as ESPN average draft position, you're looking at a mid to late third round pick to secure him. He's coming off the board as wide receiver 11 right now, so right in the middle. So I think Keenan would be a great opportunity for you if you went running back early, or maybe running back tight end like Travis Kelce. Now, the next guy I want to talk about is Amari Cooper of the Dallas Cowboys. He finished as wide receiver 15 last year, and as a Raider fan, I got to admit that his move to Dallas was a bit of fresh air for him. He did start the first season there in 2018 off injured. He only played in 9 games, but he did have 76 targets in that season. He followed that up the last 2 seasons, playing every single game and getting 119 and 130 targets respectively. He ended up last year with 1,114 yards, 5 touchdowns. And that is without Dak Prescott, who everybody knows who got injured in October, broken ankle. And all signs are that the recovery was a success and that he will be in training camp and ready to go in July. And the only thing I really have as far as a question mark with Amari is CeeDee Lamb. He came in as a rookie and got 109 targets, ended up with 935 yards and 9 touchdowns. And I'm wondering if he's going to eat into Amari's stats and his share coming into the 2021 season. That said, I think Amari, with a healthy Dak Prescott, could explode this year and go as far as being a top 5 wide receiver. I think his floor is probably about 17, which would make sense. Now, you look here at ESPN, his ADP is at 41. That's a 3rd round pick, mid-3rd round, going off the board as the 15th wide receiver on average. Now, I think that is extremely good value for a guy that could potentially be a top 5 guy, especially if you go running back early in the draft. Now we're going to switch over to the standard format, and I'm really excited about both of these players. And the first one I want to talk about is Robert Woods of the LA Rams. Now, he finished as wide receiver 13 last year in standard leagues, and basically his game is kind of the short passing game, playing the seam. Now, he can do the cross underneath. He's a guy who has the quickness that if he can get around the first defender, turn the corner, he can go all the way. Now, and I put him as a 1-2 punch with Cooper Kupp. But the thing that he has that Cooper Kupp doesn't have is that he can also run the ball, and the Rams do this quite often. In fact, I believe they are the one team that runs the ball the most with their wide receivers. They had 30 attempts last year, and Robert Woods got 24 of those, including over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And obviously with the trade of Matt Stafford, getting rid of Jared Goff, that's clearly a QB upgrade. So I can only see as the Rams kind of go all in to try to win a championship, that Woods' numbers could only go up here. So I put him as far as the ceiling, as a wide receiver 7, as a floor 15. Now, right now at ESPN, he's going at ADP of 48.2. That's the end of the 4th round. He's the 17th wide receiver selected. This is huge value to me, especially if he can break that top 10. You could go running back, or running back, Kelsey, running back, and still get a guy who can give you a solid wide receiver 1 numbers. The last guy I want to talk about is Robert Woods' former teammate, and that's Brandon Cooks, currently of the Houston Texans. Now, Brandon finished as wide receiver 16 last year, and basically can do it all in the slot. Very similar kind of game to Robert Woods, but I think Cooks is actually a little bit quicker and a lot tougher, to be honest. He'll catch a lot of those balls over the middle and get nailed, and not bat an eye to it. And he's been quite a model of consistency, both in targeting and total yards. 5 of the last 6 seasons, he's had at least 114 targets and over 1,000 yards, and various stops along the way. And to be honest, there's not a whole lot of competition. Last year, he finished number 1 on the Houston Texans. The second guy is Will Fuller. He's gone. So all they have there as far as competition is Randall Cobb and Kiki QT. Jordan Akins is there as tight end, but not a whole lot there. And of course, all the rumors with Deshaun Watson being traded, that has not happened, and it looks like Watson will still be there for this season, so that's good news from Brandon Cooks as well. So as far as predictions go, I got him as high as a possible top 10 guy, especially with Will Fuller gone. He's probably going to take a piece of that work as well as the other wide receivers. And his floors, I would say about wide receiver 20. This team's not very good. It's kind of a similar situation to the Cowboys. Not very good. They're going to have to probably be passing more. Watson's going to have to do a lot of his magic to keep this team in games. And the ADP right now is not reflecting that. It's at 84. That's the end of the 7th round. He's being selected as the 31st wide receiver off the board. So this would be an absolute steal for you in the late 7th round, mid to late 7th round, to get a guy like this with a solid wide receiver 2 with potential wide receiver 1 upside. So if you did enjoy this video and got something out of it, why not give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Put your comments in the section below. I read every single comment. I respond to just about every single comment as well. Thanks for watching and supporting this channel, and as always, play like a champion.